Today's guest is Brady Mullen. He's a representative with the Capital Resource Group in Littleton, Colorado. Stick around to the end of this video because at the end we're going to show you how to subscribe to our newsletter. You can download some free guides and you can win books about exit planning. Thank you to Zarlingo Robb CPAs and Business Advisors in Wheat Ridge, Colorado for providing a location for us to film this episode. At Zarlingo Robb, they think like business owners. For more information about Zarlingo Robb, please click the link in our website show notes. Hi, I'm Norman A. Hood, financial advisor and host of the Exit Plan Show. I interview America's top advisors, like today's guest, Brady Mullen, to help business owners like you enjoy more personal freedom, grow your company a little faster, and retire someday on your own terms. Hi Brady, nice to have you back again.
Thanks, Norman.
Today we are back talking about key employees, but this time we're not talking about losing a key employee because of their death. We're talking about losing a key employee because of the owner's death and what we can do in terms of providing some type of compensation to the remaining key employees to keep them with the business during a transition
Certainly.
time. And how do you address that?
There's a lot of things to think about there, but simply put, that's a really disruptive time for a business. And having an incentive to bonus key employees for sticking around during that transition, for having a bonus set aside to service that transition to help those key employees or incentivize them to stay is important. There's a couple of reasons that's important. First of all, there's an obvious direct effect of the owner dying, the employees, the key employees, they're needed there to help the clients and vendors and everybody that company does business with feel comfortable that this is going to stick around.
Or they'll leave too.
Yeah, exactly. And that's key, obviously. But there are also a lot of secondary effects of that happening. Most industries most companies in a single industry keep tabs on each other. When an owner dies, if that company or if that industry is heavily recruited, recruiters come out of the woodwork. Yeah, it's a known thing. The owner's passed away. That company is, from all points of view, in some level of turmoil. Hopefully, that's as minimal as possible. If you've done a good job preparing your business with an exit planner to help it be as self-sufficient as possible, hopefully that turmoil is very small. But whether it's small or large, not everybody knows the extent of the turmoil, and recruiters, key people get hammered on if there's any kind of disruption in the business, let alone one of that magnitude. Okay. So having something in place for those employees to stick around, having them incentivized to stick around, help the business transition into the new normal is important. And obviously insurance is probably the easiest and least expensive way to fund something like that. Yeah, as you said earlier, if there's an event that causes a problem and that event also triggers a solution, that's the way insurance works. It's an inexpensive way. That type of solution is usually a term policy, which is very inexpensive, and it can cover what could sink your business. Right. It can fix that. Yeah. Okay. Good advice. We talked about using insurance as a funding vehicle. How does that work? How do you use life insurance to fund a stay bonus? Pretty simple. An insurance policy on the owner. If the owner passes away, life insurance pays out the claim, and it's done in advance with an agreement, and the key employees, who, however those are defined by the owner, the key employees receive a benefit for staying a certain amount of time. And that might be 6 months, it might be 18 months, kind of depends on how much you want to fund that and how much you think would be enough to incentivize those people to stay. A nice secondary consequence of doing that, by the way, is these key employees, they love seeing stability in the company. If they see that even if this doesn't happen, even if that claim never happens, which is likely, it's not likely to happen, but it's such a big consequence. That sinks businesses sometimes. Such a large consequence that you want to insure against it. However, even if it doesn't happen, you want to advertise to your key employees that you're doing this. Yeah. Because it helps them feel like this is somebody that's taking care of business on a business level. Right. Looking at the things that are appropriate, looking at all the contingency plans, making sure that these employees feel like they're in a stable place. You can't buy that with a salary.
Right.
You can't just pay somebody more and have them feel that way. That's something that creates a lot of loyalty with important people. They're important because you probably have a personal relationship with them, A, and B, they're hard to replace. That's why they're key employees. Mm-hmm. And so if you help them feel like they're in a stable work environment by having some of those things covered, that can be worth way more to you than the premium would ever cost, because it creates loyalty that you just can't buy no matter what you pay them.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so for more information about Brady and Capital Resource Group, you can visit the show notes on our website, and we'll have a link to their website there and some other contact information for Brady. And while you're there, subscribe to our newsletter. You can also download some free guides and win a copy of several different books that pertain to exit planning.